Am I out of touch? Is the world weird or is it just me?
Welcome back. It's me, freshly bewildered, because today's episode is entirely about men, and specifically what men have decided to do with their faces and their heads in the year of our Lord, whenever this is. This is Am I Out of Touch, the show where I try to work out if the world's changed or I have. And today the answer is the world has changed, and it's done it via the beard oil aisle. So today's rants. Number 1. Men wearing caps indoors, at restaurants, at the actual dinner table, like they're perpetually 1 second away from being papped. Number 2. Whatever happened to a clean shave? A simple, honest, 5-minute act of civil duty that's apparently now considered old-fashioned. And number 3. Beard maintenance, which has quietly evolved from occasional trim with the kitchen scissors into a 9-step skincare regime with more product than my entire bathroom cabinet. Okay, let's get into it. I was in a restaurant last week. Nice place, white tablecloths, a menu with only 4 items on it and no prices, which is how you know it's serious. And 2 tables over, a grown man, I'd guess 44, 45, the age at which the human brain is legally required to develop opinions about mortgages, is eating a tasting menu in a baseball cap. Not a nice hat, not a trilby, which would at least suggest a personality. A baseball cap, curved brim, logo of a golf brand he does not play for, and the brim is doing what brims do, which is casting a permanent shadow directly across his eyeballs, so that for the entire meal he is squinting at his scallops like he's trying to identify a suspect in a police lineup. So here's my question. At what point in the taxi ride over did this man think, you know what this evening of foie gras and difficult wine pairing needs? A hat I usually wear to Sunday League. Did he forget he had it on? Is it surgically attached? Is there a man somewhere in Surrey who has not seen his own hairline since 2019? Because that's the real secret, isn't it? It's never really about the look. It's about the tan line. It's about the bald spot that has been quietly winning a war against Terry's confidence since his 38th birthday. And the cap is not a fashion choice, it's a hostage negotiation. Nobody looks up, nobody gets hurt. I'd almost forgive it, if it came off at the door. But no, it comes to the table. It comes to the wedding. I have personally watched a man wear a baseball cap to another man's wedding, sit through the vows in it, and only remove it for the photos, at which point he revealed a haircut so aggressively neglected it looked like it was also in mourning. There is a time and a place for a cap. It's called outside. It's for gardening, or watching football in the rain, or hiding from a man you owe money to. It is not for candlelight. It is not for sommelier explaining with real emotion why the Rioja really opens up after 10 minutes. Nothing opens up under that brim, Terry, least of all your options. Okay, next, the clean shave. Once a completely unremarkable act. You woke up, you had a shave, you left the house looking like a man who'd made an effort, and nobody clapped because it wasn't an achievement, it was just Tuesday. Now it's basically extinct. I saw a man the other week, properly clean shaven, smooth, the whole works, and my brain genuinely filed it as, that man looks like he's got a job interview, or that man's about to get married, because a clean-shaven face has become so rare it now reads as an event rather than a grooming choice. We've reached that point where clean-shaven is basically a costume. It says something, it used to say nothing at all, and that was the beauty of it. And the thing is, everyone's still got a razor. It's not gone extinct through unavailability. Gillette have not stopped manufacturing the product. Men have simply, collectively, quietly decided the daily shave is beneath them now. And instead, we've entered the age of strategic stubble, which is somehow more effort than a shave, not less. There are men out there using a specific guard, a specific setting, a specific trimmer, every day, purely to maintain the exact appearance of I haven't shaved in 3 days, permanently forever, like a man doing eternal continuity work on his own face. It's the laziest looking high maintenance decision in the history of male grooming. You are doing more work to look like you're doing less work. That's not low effort, that's a full production with a script and a continuity department, just so you can walk into Tesco looking like you've been shipwrecked for exactly the right amount of time. Line in the sand. Pick one. Either shave it or don't. But this precision-managed 3-day stubble, recreated fresh each morning with a trimmer that cost more than my first car, is not the effortless look you think it is. We can tell. We can all tell. Possibly even Terry can tell under the brim if he ever looked up. And finally, the beard itself, assuming it's stuck around, which brings us to the genuinely staggering transformation of beard maintenance from occasional trim into what can only be described as full ceremonial skincare service. Cast your mind back. Beard maintenance traditionally meant your dad standing over the bathroom sink, kitchen scissors in hand, actual kitchen scissors, the ones also used to cut the chicken, squinting into a small mirror, taking off the bits that had started to go a bit feral, and that was it. Total time investment, 4 minutes. Total products used, none. Total conversation about it afterwards, also none. Because nobody in the history of the world has ever wanted to discuss their dad's beard maintenance routine. Now there's beard oil. Not a beard oil regime. There's the pre-wash. There's a specific beard shampoo, which is apparently different enough from regular shampoo that men are now buying 2 shampoos for 2 different sections of the same head, like their chin and their scalp have filed for divorce and won't use shared products anymore. There's a beard balm, which is different from the oil. Don't ask me how, I've genuinely tried to find out, and the answer always involves the word matte, in a way which means absolutely nothing to me. There's a beard brush, a beard comb, 2 separate tools for the same 9 square inches of face, and increasingly a heated beard straightener, a device that exists that men now own to iron their own chin. And the vocabulary. Men who could not 6 years ago tell you the difference between conditioner and shampoo are now standing in boots discussing patchiness, discussing beard rough. That's a real word men now say to each other with a straight face, comparing growth serums like sommeliers, except instead of tannins and oak, it's does it have jojoba in it? And look, I want to land somewhere real here, because underneath the jojoba oil, there's actually something quite nice going on. Men, as a general category, have historically been catastrophic at any kind of self-care. The classic joke is always, he won't go to the doctor until it's basically fallen off. And if the gateway drug to men finally paying attention to their own face, their own skin, their own basic maintenance happens to be a beard balm with a faintly ridiculous name, then genuinely fine. Good. And maybe that's the kind of way to think about Terry too. Maybe the cap isn't arrogance. Maybe it's the same avoidance just aimed at the mirror instead of a bottle of beard oil. The bald spot he can't quite look at directly yet, so instead he covers it instead of confronting it. I still think he should take it off for the vows, but I understand a bit more than I did an hour ago. So, the line in the sand isn't really a line in the sand. It's more of a shrug. 9-step beard routine, absolutely ridiculous vocabulary, beard rough, is a genuinely upsetting word. But if it means a man somewhere is finally looking after himself properly for the first time in his adult life, I'll allow the heated chin straightener. I just wish Terry would do the same trick with his head. Right, the verdicts. Hats off. Chins moisturised as promised. Caps indoors. Verdict. There is a hat rack at the door. It's been there for the whole time. Use it, Terry. That especially means you. Clean shaven. Verdict. An endangered species replaced by a stubble more high maintenance than the shade it's pretending to avoid. Beard maintenance. Verdict. Absurd, over-vocabularised, beard rough should not exist as a word. But if it gets men looking after themselves, fine, I'll allow it. If any of that made you quietly check whether you still own a hat rack, rate it, review it, send it to the man in your life who's recently started saying the word mat unprompted. And on that note, I'm off to sit near a man eating a tasting menu in a golf brand he doesn't play golf for, watch someone maintain 3 days of effortless stubble with military precision, and possibly ask a stranger what jojoba actually is. Until next time, take the cap off indoors, and for God's sake, just pick a face and commit to it. If you're loving Am I Out of Touch, please visit my website at amioutofTouch.buzzsprout.com. Leave me some feedback or rant that you want aired at www.speakpipe.com. Am I Out of Touch? You never know, you might get into a future episode. And as always, you can visit my YouTube channel, Am I Out of Touch?
Am I out of touch? Is the world weird or is it just me?